children are told a story about Santa at some point in their lives, no matter how they grow up. Lying about the existence of Santa could harm parents/children's relationship, therefore, the truth should be taught. Santa Claus began with a man named Saint Nicholas who was born in the 13th century in a village called Patera. He was brought up by wealthy parents who instilled Christian values upon him before their horrid death in an epidemic. From this faith, he obeyed Jesus' words to sell what you owe and give money to the poor, by using all his inheritance to assist the needy, sick, and suffering. Many stories go to tell about his love for children. St. Nicholas appears and appeals to God to protect all children, so he is known as the patron and protector of children. St. Nicholas was a notable example of helping the poor, so he became a healthy part of our celebrations during the Christmas time. His red robes evolved to red pants and suits with white trim fur. During the holiday season, big businesses nowadays have commercialized the idea of Santa Claus to gain profit. The elf on the shelf is a prime example of the most recent scam. Parents are pressured into buying these elves because they need to keep up with the trends relating to Christmas. There are different outfits for the elves to wear daily, and parents must move them around the house each day until Christmas. This adds on to the list of lies parents tell their children to keep them believing when the truth would be much better off. Many times parents don't feel that children will understand the truth, yet young children have a more general tendency to assume that adults only talk about real situations. In a recent article by John Hamilton, a child's most vulnerable around the age of 2. Emotional trauma can potentially cause monumental interruptions of neurological development. Hamilton warns, these changes could lead to lasting behavioral and cognitive deficits later in life. Children should be able to become more aware of what's real over what's invalid. In a recent study called Revisiting the Fantasy Reality Distinction, Children as Naive Skeptics can help validate this reason. The study states, in literature, young children are constantly portrayed as being confused about a basic ontological distinction between reality and non-reality. Within the article, the first to back this claim was John Pygin in 1929, who argued that children do not have this distinction firmly in place until around age 12, the age in which most children start middle school. Most recent research shows, however, that children are not universally poor in making this distinction, and that certain basic abilities are in place at an early age of 3. For example, children distinguish pretend actions from real ones, imaginations from reality, and toys from the objects they represent. Proves that young children can handle the truth about Santa Claus and other myths instead of lies. Since children have the capability to distinguish between real and fake, they should be able to tell the truth at an early age. According to a survey conducted by principals of speech class, 100% of the class said that lying is generally okay depending on the situation. With that in mind, a situation such as a death in a family or a traumatic event seems more practical than lying about a mythical figure. This needs to change. Also, on SurveyMonkey, 100% of you said you found out from third parties such as other kids or other older siblings or even yourselves about myths. It's inevitable the kids will find out. In the article from goodtherapy.org, they suggest that many parents play along with these lies as a way to relieve their own childhoods. They state that, although this may be fun, it can prove to be harmful to the relationship between parent and child. Often parents say lying is wrong, however the children discover their parents had lied, it can spark confusion. With all the fabrications the parents must tell to protect their children, it is clear to see that a lie about a mythical figure should not be one of them. Telling children the truth at a young age may have positive impact on their future development. Without the truth, parents are forced to continue lying about these mythical figures while going the extra mile to make sure their children believe in these lies. Here are some visualizations of extreme parents will go, and this is where I show the videos, but I don't have videos. With these visualizations, the call to action is now. We can control these fallacies that are facing children around the holidays each year. It all starts with the parents first. They can limit the lies then the impact will make a difference overall. Explain to the children that the true meaning behind Santa Claus or other mythical figures. Do not support big businesses who exploit children around the holidays for profit. We are not taking away their ability to make believe, just allowing them to believe in real scenarios.